Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is live with Call of the Outdoors. I'm back out here fishing at the Sacramento River for the spring striper run. This is going to be the best time for striper fishing in the Sacramento area here at the Sacramento River. I heard reports that the fish are coming through. I'm over here at Garcia Bend, and this is my first trip this season out for stripers, and so usually when I come out, I usually catch them. So let's hope it doesn't change today here. So let's get our first striped bass of the season, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Earlier in my introduction, I forgot to mention the type of bait that I'm using. I have two different baits actually. I got the Chinese bloodworms here, which are a little bit cheaper, and then a little bit of the pow worm with it as well. So at the moment, I have the rod just right behind me is bloodworm. The one to the far back is also bloodworms. And you guys normally see in my other fishing videos, when I fish, I usually put my two fishing rods right next to each other. And I usually do that once I figure out where the fish are. In this particular situation, it's my first trip of the season, and this spot I fished before, but I don't have too much experience here, so I'm still trying to find where the fish are. Once I find out where the fish are, then maybe I'll move the rods together. So this is what I'm using here. I got the same braided line from last year. I think this is a 65-pound braid, I believe, with a 6-ounce sinker. And then we got the slider here with the bead to protect the knot, swivel, and then this is 25-pound monoline to this is a 5/0 circle hook with bloodworm on it. Yeah, the leader length from the swivel down to the hook, which is right here where the hook starts, it's about maybe 20 inches or so, but that's it. I'm gonna try to cast it in a little bit closer. About 4 or 5 foot deep where I cast it to. Now, when the fish are not biting, don't be lazy. You gotta keep recasting it until you find the fish. You also want to make sure that you actually have bait on the hook. Yeah, you don't want to wait all day for a setup when there's no bait on the hook. So double check, clean out the debris. I like to check my hook every 20 to 30 minutes. When there's a lot of activity, when I'm getting a lot of bites, I check it like maybe every 15 minutes if I don't see anything if I don't get any bites. So bloodworm still good. Lost its color, but that's still good to catch fish.
Oh. Big one.
Yes, sir. Right there. Got circle hook right in the corner of the mouth. Ooh, I'm thinking maybe 24 or 25 inches. I'm gonna measure him right now. First keeper of the year, folks. Beautiful fish. Yeah, I had to cast that one way out there. This one's 24 inches, guys. 24-inch fish. First keeper of the year. Garcia Bend, folks. So this is a bloodworm right here. This thing's probably about almost a foot long. You getting a bite? Yeah. Oops. That was a little fish. Took some of my bait. So back to what I was trying to do here. About a 12-inch bloodworm. I can break it in half and use it as two, but I'm trying to catch a fish and go home. So, and this is how I thread it on. Pretty much you want to put the worm to the point of the hook, and then while the hook is still inside the worm, you slide it. Keep sliding it up. It's easy to a certain point. Once you get to where the eye of the hook is, you essentially slide the worm over it. It does get bloody. That's why they call these worms bloodworms. And then there you go. If a striper sees this, they're hitting it for sure. Oh, that's a big fish. Take that back. That was really gonna go down. With as much bait as I have on it, the fish should still be lingering around to try to pick off more from it. I'd expect more bites. I haven't been explaining everything that I'm doing, but what I've been trying to do from cast to cast is I've been casting all over the place, a little bit to the left, a little bit to the right, a little bit further out or closer in. I haven't really found a pattern yet. Again, this is what you want to do if you thought I heard a bell. If you're fishing at a new place or a place you're not familiar with, you got to kind of cast all over the place to try to find maybe a pocket where the fish like to stay at. So right now, like I said, I haven't figured it out yet. I got that one keeper, but that was like casting it way out there. And I've done the same on that, but I'm not getting the bite. So I'm still searching. All right, everyone. Thank you guys for joining me today. We're gonna end the day with just one striper, but I still consider that a successful day. I know fish have been coming through here because people have been catching keeper stripers for the last couple of weeks, but it's not, I would say it's not the peak time. I usually do my best around April, so we're still a little bit early, and you're gonna pick off a few keepers here and there. But the fact that we're not getting those 16, 17-inch fish, which typically are like the first fish to run through, tells me that the main group of stripers that are coming up in our river system haven't reached our area yet. So usually what you'll see is the bunch of the 16, 17-inch fish come up, and then after that, the keepers from 18 to 25. And then after that, you get the big females that show up late season. So right now it's weird. I caught a 24-inch, which is a decent size. So, but there's none of these small fish. It makes me wonder, did the small fish already come up through their system? I don't know. Everyone that I speak to says they haven't been getting a lot of the small, undersized fish, which is typical of the beginning of the striper season. So we'll see how this plays out. This is my first trip, like I mentioned, so we're gonna be back testing out different locations, we'll see if we can find them. Once we get on them, it should be limit every trip. Take care, folks.